Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about that little trip to Greece that Brianna K is selling to her subscribers. I had some updated info and also some updated thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I was roaming around Instagram this afternoon and I happened to look at Brianna K's Instagram page to see if she had updated any questions that she was getting about the Greece trip or just what was going on, because this situation really intrigues me for a few different reasons. And I'm not someone who's completely against it. I just think that there are a lot of red flags surrounding it. And usually when there are so many red flags surrounding one situation, it's for a reason. And that's why I want to talk about it with you guys. But let's just talk for a second about transparency with influencers. This is something that has definitely gotten worse over time, where there's less transparency, there's less answers up front, and you either have to ask the question and hope that you get an answer, or you have to do the research for yourself. I don't think that a whole lot of people are per se mad at Brie for what she's doing with this trip. You know, this is something that other influencers have done as well, so it's not like she's just the lone wolf out here trying to pull one over on her subscribers. That's not it at all. The issue is that she's not being transparent about how this trip is going to work. And at the end of the day, influencers do things to make money. So I knew right away she wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't going to benefit her financially in one way or another. And I've done a little bit more research into the company that is hosting this trip. After I did a little bit more research and learned more about the company, it also didn't really get rid of my concerns that I had previously, but it did answer a couple of questions. So first, let's go on to her Instagram.
I'm just so appreciative of you guys in this community that we've built, and I'm so grateful. And that's why after, feeling isolated, like homemaking and cleaning, it's important work, but you can feel really alone and it's not that fun. It's very repetitive. So I just felt like when I heard about this opportunity, I was like, that's what our community needs. Like, we need to be able to get together in person. So just a reminder, you can book your Greece trip tomorrow.
So she posts that, obviously really trying to connect with the people who she hope will end up buying tickets to this, Greece trip. And then she posts to answer more questions. And this is where I got really interested. Someone said, "What company are you going through to plan all of this?" And she said, "It's planned with Trova Trip. I wanted to work with an experienced travel agency. You can check out the full trip details here. If you scroll to the bottom, there's an FAQ page and payment plan info if you want more details." But when I heard the reviews from other bloggers and their communities, I was sold. It's so incredible to take our online community on an adventure and make memories and lifelong friends. First of all, she's not there to make friends with any of you guys, and I'm sorry if that comes off as harsh or too straightforward, but she is there because she's getting paid, and it's a trip that anyone would want to go on. Like, I'm not sure of a whole lot of people that would say, I just don't ever want to go to Greece. Now, I will say I don't want to go to Greece with a bunch of strangers, but for her to pitch this like it's something that she's doing and it's coming from her heart, the entire pitch was not explained fully, and it wasn't her being transparent with her audience. This would have been the first thing that I said. If I was presenting this to my subscribers, I would have automatically linked Trova Trip. I would have let them know I'm making money off of this trip too. She got to pick the price of the tickets. She is in full control of this. So that's fine. Control is fine. But with control also needs to come transparency. When you're asking people to spend almost $3,000 of their hard-earned money when we are coming out of a panini, many people lost their jobs. A lot of people are not able to pay their bills. People have gotten evicted. Like, these are very normal problems that are happening right now. And if Bree's ticket was not paid for and this wasn't going to be something that was going to benefit her financially, let's just be honest, this would not be happening right now. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but influencers do things to connect with their community if they can benefit from it somehow. This is her full-time job. Do you think that she would spend $3,000 of her own money and go hang out with a bunch of strangers in a foreign country? I don't think so. So here's the trip. It says Greece with bits of Brie. Athens, Santorini, September 10th through the 16th of 2022. There is over 10 spots left. And she said that she had 20 spots available. There's over 10 left. And it says trip is pending because this trip has not yet hit the minimum number of travelers required. So, you have to pay, let's just call it $2,800. 25% is due at booking. What I really want to go over with you guys really quick is their cancellation policy, because this is a lot of money. And let's just be honest, a lot of her subscribers are parents and have full-time jobs, and things come up, life gets hectic. What if one of their children gets sick and they are not able to go? Their cancellation policy is the 25% down payment is refundable if the spot is pending. Once a spot's confirmed, it's non-refundable. 60 days pre-trip, it's non-refundable. And then the additional payments, so the 75% balance that you would owe, is refundable until 60 days pre-trip. That's a lot of money to expect people to just be okay with possibly losing out on, because 60 days pre-trip is not a lot. Can happen in between mid-July and mid-September when this is supposed to happen. And the fact that it's just like completely non-refundable really bothers me, and that's money that's going to Brianna K. So if something happens and you book this trip and your child gets sick or injured, or you get injured and you can no longer go, that money will be sitting in her bank account while you're sitting at home having lost out on $2,800. I don't like that. It feels icky. So it does outline sort of the plan of what to expect while you're there, and these events look fun. But again, I personally would not want to go to a foreign country with a bunch of strangers, and maybe that is just the introvert in me. But in between the lack of transparency from Brie, the amount of money, the fact that it is fully non-refundable 60 days pre-trip, and just the overall idea of being in a foreign country with people that I don't know, this is the last thing that I would spend my money on. But again, if you're someone who's thinking about going, that's fantastic. And if you end up going, I hope that you have an amazing time. For me, when I'm thinking about making decisions, it could be anything in life, I want full transparency. And the fact that this was pitched as something that she was doing for a fun girls trip, and then knowing after the fact that it's not as simple as that, and it's not as kind-hearted as just wanting to meet her subscribers, that's not something that I would feel good spending my money on. But again, that's just a personal decision. The one thing I found interesting is she's doing a workshop of her stupid online class. Now, let me rant for just a second about YouTuber courses, social media courses. You guys, I've said before, there are a few things that go into being successful online. Now, just a reminder, success looks different to everyone. My version of success is having a community that is interested in the silly opinions that I share on my channel. Some people's version of success is having a lot of subscribers and a lot of money. Other people, it might be just the fact that they can work at home. Success is different to everyone. But when we're talking about paying money for a YouTuber course, now I don't know if she's giving this for free because you're paying $2,800 for the ticket. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I assume that she's not going to be asking people for additional money when they're in Greece. How awkward would that be? So let's just say that it's included. I promise you, there is nothing that Brianna K is going to teach you or tell you or get your, attention focused on that is going to make you successful online. And if you want confirmation on that, all that you have to do is go look at my video that I did over a year ago showing the people that took her online class and the lack of growth that those people experienced. There is nothing that she's going to say, do, or give you that's going to make you more successful than the person sitting next to you. Being online is being consistent. Sometimes it's just a lot of luck. It's kind of like playing the lottery. Because look at all the idiots that are famous out here. There are a lot of people who have no talent and they have millions of followers. It's just ridiculous when you really step back and look at it. But you have to be dedicated and you have to have, a little bit of thick skin. That's definitely for sure. But there's nothing that she's going to give you. There's no organization tips or pretty little checklists or labels and, motivational quotes that she can give you. There is absolutely nothing that she could offer that is going to make you successful online. Let's just go over quickly kind of what Brianna went through to get to the point where she is right now, where she's able to sell these tickets to her subscribers. With Trova, it says that you need to survey your community, gauge interest, and gather data. Use the survey link we provide, which is found in your portal and sent via email, to collect valuable insights about your community. The survey will provide data on where your audience wants to go, their age, budget, what activities, so on and so forth. You must collect 50 plus qualified responses to begin planning. A qualified response is a respondent age 18 plus with a budget of $2,000 for traveling. Now, saying that you're qualified is completely different from actually booking the trip. Saying that you can travel and actually following through with it are two completely different things. Then you move on to plan your trip. Finalize the details and request your trip in the portal. Using the survey data, select the perfect itinerary from one of our 110 plus vetted and testified, destinations. Then you pick the dates, you put any workshops that you want to do while you're there. And obviously, social media sensation class is on Brianna's. And then you give them some additional information, you submit your request, so on and so forth. Then you move on to promoting your trip. And obviously, this is going to be all over her Instagram stories multiple times a day because she needs to meet that minimum number before things can proceed. So it says, build awareness and continue ongoing promotions, hit the link, like all this kind of stuff. Leading up to the trip, connect with your travelers via the group chat we provide. And she's been advertising this like crazy. Oh, we're going to have a group chat so everyone can get to know each other before the trip. We can, we have the best little community. We're going to talk and, connect and all this stuff so everyone knows each other. Look, you can be in a group chat online for 5 years and you will still not know if the person that is one of these people in this group chat could be off the rails and you would not know it. So the group chat thing, I understand what they're trying to do, but you literally there's no way to gauge crazy when you're talking about people online, sometimes, not all the time, but this entire situation, and then it just finishes out, went on the trip, remember to be present and enjoy the moment. You're the one who brought all these amazing people together, and that's pretty sweet. Whatever. If you go to their FAQ, it says, is my trip free? Everything included on the itinerary for travelers is also included for you at no cost. What about my airfare? You can choose an advancement of your earnings to cover flights. The advancement will be paid as soon as your trip reaches confirmed. Hello, credit card and travel points. Let's stop. People who automatically tell people to charge stuff onto their credit card is the worst ever. So this is a really interesting question, and it's definitely a possibility. It says, what if I don't sell enough spots? You have until 60 days before the trip starts to hit the minimum number of travelers needed for the trip to happen. If you don't reach the minimum, you'll have the option to reschedule or cancel your trip. Travelers will have the option to receive a full refund or credit. So if it's canceled because of that, then they'll give you a refund, which I think is obviously fair. But there should also be special circumstances, because this is crazy. We're talking about almost $3,000 that you could literally be throwing away if life throws you a curveball and all of a sudden you can't go. That is a lot of money. That's way more than a lot of people's mortgage payments. So I don't know. We're not talking about, $100 here. It says, how much will I earn? You set your earnings by choosing the trip price. If Brianna sells all 20 slots, she is going to make approximately $55,900 off of this trip. That's wild. I don't know if it's a situation where they take taxes out for you, or if it's kind of like a YouTube AdSense where they just give you, your payment and then you deal with taxes later on when you file your taxes. That's a lot of money, and that's great. If people know what they're getting into and they're okay with the lack of transparency early on and they want to go forward with this, more power to you. But I will always stand on the side of saying, if you want people to spend their money on something that you are shilling out to them, there needs to be 110% transparency from day one. Not from a later Q&A where people are asking you questions or they're doing their own research and then coming back to you with questions. It should be, this is how this is going to go. And if y'all want to come, awesome. And if not, then that's okay too. I get it. I know that my audience is, working parents trying to keep a roof over their head right now. We're coming out of this global panini that has put a lot of us on our asses. But I'm going to be fully transparent. Before I ask you to spend $3,000 on a trip to go to a foreign country and hang out with total strangers. So the trip itself is not the issue. It's just a lack of transparency. And I've said before, once the transparency dwindles and once you are branded as a dishonest influencer, that's really hard to come out of. And Brianna has already had, a few problems kind of arise during her time online. And I don't think that this is doing her any favors. Maybe some people don't care and they don't want transparency and all that kind of stuff. But I think that it's safer to be transparent and not have to come out and answer questions because you didn't offer the info that you should have from the get-go. So that's my opinions on this. Please tell me what you guys think, especially about the transparency thing and especially about the security concerns. There are security concerns all over this trip, and I hope that if it goes through, everything goes okay. We just talk so much about parasocial relationships and people that can hate you and still watch you, and I talk about all that on a normal basis, and that's what I think of when I think of this. So either way, let me know how you guys feel. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.